Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hammer's Chat. There's some breaking news about Declan Rice and a potential move away from West Ham, or not one, I guess, which is the case that maybe you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. Let's just jump straight to it. This is coming courtesy of Matt Law, the football news correspondent at the Telegraph. He writes this. This is the title: Declan Rice unhappy with West Ham's prohibitive 100 million price tag. Let's get into the details. I'm obviously not going to read the whole article verbatim. There's a paywall. I don't know how I feel about the moralities of just taking something behind a paywall and just reading it out on YouTube for everyone to see. I don't know how I feel. Am I Robin Hood? It's been said. It has been said. Quote: Declan Rice is unhappy that West Ham United have effectively priced him out of this summer's transfer market by valuing him at £100 million and has no plan to sign a new contract. West Ham are currently the only Premier League club not to make a single permanent signing this summer and have not demonstrated to Rice that the club can match his ambition. A summer spent with the England squad among Premier League and Champions League winners at the European Championships convinced Rice that he needs to advance his club career. Despite remaining committed to West Ham and determined to give his best for the club, Rice wants to challenge for trophies and play Champions League football. So that's the big bit. That's the main bit. Like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing word for word. You can find it. It's on the Telegraph's website. And I'm sort of moving stuff around to make it more sense for this video. But there's some extra information we need to jump into here. Chelsea and Man United are listed as potential or admirers. They're saying these people were interested, but it is believed that Chelsea. Let me read it. This is why I should just read what was written, because some smart wrote that. And, it is believed that both Man United and Chelsea may have already bid for Rice had his valuation been set between 60 and 70 million, but that they have been put off by the 100 million price tag. They also note that it's anticipated City will hold interest next summer when Fernandinho's contract is done. The article also notes that, of course, 100 million is more than Chelsea paid for Lukaku, which is wild. I don't know if it's wrong, but it is mad. I mean, Lukaku's just come off 2 huge goal-scoring seasons in Italy. I looked it up half an hour ago, and I've already forgotten what the number was. I think it was 64 goals. 64 goals in two seasons is madness. He's just come into his prime. A striker in his prime, in the biggest goal-scoring form of his life. It's mad. I mean, obviously, Inter, there's financial trouble, so there's not really a direct comparison to be had there, but it is kind of wild. I do appreciate it. I don't know if it's wrong, but it is wild. Then the article also notes that he has turned down 2 new contract offers which had, quote, significant wage increases. They also say that the situation is likely to result in Rice turning down his present deal, which will have 2 years to run at the end of this season, and effectively force West Ham to lower their asking price. Now, that's as much of the article as we're going to go into. That's the big bulk of it. That's the information you need anyway. The rest of it is just superfluous information about Chelsea wanting Jules Koundé and stuff like that, right? It's not superfluous, but it's ancillary to what we need to discuss here. But before we get into that discussion, before we talk about it any further, the One Football app, shout out to them. It's this lovely football app. You get it on the App Store. You get it on your phone. You have a little tap about, right? It's an app. That's how they work. It combines social media with football, so you don't have to see information from everyone. You go to the BBC website or whatever, BBC Sport Football, and then you see Harry Kane stuff, and as fun as that is to see, and you'd see all the Man United news and your Man City news and all of that nonsense, right? No, you just follow West Ham if you want to, so you only have a personalised feed of just stuff you're interested in. All of the West Ham news, for example, before the game, when Gio and Gonzo do those build-up shows they love doing so much, right? They have the team news an hour before, and you're thinking, where do they get out from? One Football app comes up, they click on it, they see the lineups before it kicks off. It's all good. It's golden. Go have a look. The One Football app is on the App Store. Link in the description below, and in the comment section, click on that link. It helps us out a lot. I can't lie to you. Anyway, the 100 million price tag is obviously on everyone's mind because it's sort of what we've all been clamoring for West Ham to do, but at the same time, Jack Grealish went for 100 million to Manchester City, and we're thinking to ourselves, oh, well, if Jack Grealish is worth 100 million, then Declan Rice is worth 100 million, which to an extent I agree with, but Jack Grealish had a release clause in his contract, right? So when people came knocking, when City came knocking, when Tottenham came knocking before, and they go, well, we want your boy, they can just go, release contract, release clause, mate. Pay it and you get him. That's fine with me. But until then, what are we having this conversation for? Just pay the money. Whereas we don't have that. Or at least to my knowledge, we don't have that. And the fact that the article has mentioned two separate contract offers with wage increases, but hasn't mentioned release clauses, suggests to me we don't have a release clause. And the fact that we can ask for £100 million suggests that either A, he doesn't have a release clause, or B, he has one which is higher than £100 million, and I highly doubt that. So it comes across as the West Ham board being somewhat belligerent, I guess, to Declan Rice. And it's difficult because, like the article says, when you go away with England and you're playing with all of these people who are Champions League winners, Premier League winners, have done amazing things in their career. You're looking at someone like Jadon Sancho, who's gone and played in the Champions League in Germany. You're looking at Jude Bellingham, who's done the same. You're looking at Harry Maguire, who I guess went from a club a similar size to West Ham to go into Man United to compete for stuff, even though they're not really compete for stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Raheem Sterling, people like, it's difficult, especially with Jack Grealish, because Declan could probably look at Jack and go, well, I was playing with him and now he's gone to Manchester City and I'm at a club who won't sign anyone. I mean, we've sort of done everything in our power to make him unhappy. And the article says that Declan can, despite remaining committed to West Ham and determined to give his best for the club, it also notes how, the Newcastle game proves that and everything else. I have no fears there. I don't have any fears that Declan Rice is going to start playing up on the field at all. It's just really difficult to suggest that it's not exactly fostering harmony within the squad. It's a stupid stance to take. Not the 100 million, because I think that's the correct stance to take. I am for selling Declan Rice. I've said this before. It frustrates people. I appreciate that. I'm for selling him, right? But it has to be for the right price, because I'm of the belief that we need to get money for him, because he is effectively, he is our Gareth Bale. If we can sell him for a huge amount of money, let's say 100 million, and then we can reinvest it on 4 or 5 players that are all good enough to get into the first team, all of a sudden, that not only does that significantly increase our first team, but down the line, that increases our value of the club, where we can actually start to make more transfer moves, where we end up selling someone else for a higher profit, right? I think it's something that's necessary to do. But if you have a player who doesn't have a release clause like this and is unhappy, like they say in the article, this situation is likely to result in Rice running down his present deal and effectively force West Ham to lower their asking price. This is an issue. We can't really let him go for free. Like, as much as I like the idea of seeing Declan Rice play for West Ham for 3 more seasons, if he plays for us for 3 more seasons and then he goes on a free, we miss out on one of the biggest opportunities we've had in a long, long time to really significantly improve the squad. And that's an issue. I've always said that we should sell Declan Rice either this summer or next summer. And I think he's going this summer or next summer. It's not going to happen this summer, it seems. The clubs that were interested in him have gone and spent a lot of money elsewhere. The article also noted, I didn't bring up, about the idea of if we were to go in for Jesse Lingard, Man United would probably ask about Declan Rice at the same time. It's a complicated, difficult situation because he is going. We all have to accept that. Declan Rice is not going to be Mark Noble. He won't stay here for his entire career. Declan Rice will go. It doesn't seem like it's going to be this summer, but it does seem like it's going to be next summer. In which case, Gio, I think, mentioned this on Twitter. I think it was him who I saw it. If it wasn't Gio and I'm giving him undue credit, I hate myself. But I feel like it was Gio who said it on Twitter about, if Declan Rice is going next summer, we have 12 months to get it right, to find the replacement, to work on it, to get everything in place, because we're so slow moving. We've chased Milinkovic all summer, and now it's not happening. We're sort of left a little bit like, okay, let's start trying to work on a different deal. We can't be like that. If we know Declan Rice is going next summer, which we should be working under the assumption that it's happening. We need a list of people who we can replace him. If it's not this person, it's this person. If it's not this person, it's this person. And we need to be working on those deals from now. We need to be moving. We need to be making plays, because we can't sit here and wait for it to happen. And then when it inevitably happens, hopefully for as much money as possible, although again, making him unhappy and not having a release clause means we're only screwing ourselves over here. I don't want to see us then go, okay, Declan Rice is leaving, now we can figure it out. Because we sold Sebastian Haller in January. Whatever you thought of Sebastian Haller, we sold him in January, and we still have not got another striker in. And we're not even getting many rumors of us buying a striker. There's that one guy who's floating around. I can't remember his name. But apart from that, it's like, there's nothing going on. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But how do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments section below. Remember, the OneFootball app is down there in the description and stuff. Is 100 million too much for Declan Rice? I ask that knowing everyone will say no. But how do you feel about the situation specifically? Are we shooting ourselves in the foot? Is this a situation we need to be putting ourselves through? Are you happy to get 3 years of Declan Rice and then release him on a free, for example? Maybe you're different to me on that. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, like it, hit the subscribe button. If you're new around here, I appreciate it. Tomorrow, we will have a full selection of videos as per usual for match days. We're going to have your build-ups, your watch-alongs, your reviews. It's all kicking off. Come back tomorrow for that. But until then, I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.